It's a chilly autumn evening in Whitechapel, London. But amidst the misty streets and fog-shrouded alleys, terror lurks. The year is 1888, and a serial killer is stalking the shadows, leaving a trail of blood-soaked bodies in his wake. Welcome to the world of Jack the Ripper. The killings began in August 1888, with the brutal murder of Mary and Nichols on Bucks Row. But it wasn't until the discovery of Catherine Edow's body in Mitre Square that the world took notice. The press dubbed the killer Jack the Ripper, but who was behind these heinous crimes? The streets of Whitechapel were always a hub of activity, but at night they became a maze of dark alleys and cramped courtyards. It was the perfect hunting ground for a predator like Jack the Ripper, who preyed on vulnerable women like Mary Jane Kelly, Annie Chapman, and Elizabeth Stride. As the killings continued, the police were baffled by the lack of leads. No motive, no suspects, no signs of forced entry or struggle at the crime scenes. It was as if the killer was a ghost, invisible and untouchable. The people of Whitechapel lived in fear, wondering who would be next to fall victim to Jack's brutal blade. The summer of 1888 was one of the hottest on record, but it's not just the heat that's causing chaos in Whitechapel. Over the past few months, a series of brutal murders has shaken the community. 5 prostitutes have been killed, all with similar wounds to their throats and abdomens. The killer is still at large, but one thing is clear: this is no ordinary crime. Police are urging witnesses to come forward with any information, but so far, there's been little progress. The killer seems to be always one step ahead, leaving behind only cryptic clues and tantalizing hints. This piece of fabric caught in a window latch is the closest lead yet, but it's unclear what it might mean. The post-mortem reports are revealing a disturbing pattern. All 5 victims had their throats cut from ear to ear, and multiple stab wounds to their abdomens. But what really sets this killer apart is his use of surgical precision. It's as if he has medical training, or at least access to medical knowledge. As the investigation continues, theories are beginning to emerge. Some believe the killer is a disgruntled surgeon, seeking revenge on the sex trade that he believes has corrupted society. Others think it might be a copycat killer, inspired by earlier murders. But as we delve deeper into the world of Jack the Ripper, one thing becomes clear: this is a case like no other. September 1888 was a month like no other in Whitechapel's history. 4 brutal murders had taken place in just 3 weeks. The killer's signature, a deep, throat-cutting wound, suggested an unimaginable level of savagery. As the body count rose, the police were under intense pressure to find the perpetrator. One victim who survived an attack by the killer was Mary Kelly. Her harrowing testimony revealed a killer who seemed to relish in his victim's terror. Kelly described being stabbed multiple times and left for dead in a deserted alleyway. Her words offered a chilling glimpse into the mind of a monster. The infamous "Dear Boss" letter was one of several cryptic communications attributed to Jack the Ripper. Written in a mocking tone, it described the murder of Catherine Eddowes and signed off with the phrase, "Yours truly." While its authenticity remains disputed, the letter's dark humor and graphic content hinted at a killer driven by morbid curiosity. The police investigation into Jack the Ripper was hampered by inadequate forensic techniques and limited resources. Despite numerous eyewitness accounts, no concrete description of the killer could be established. This composite image, created by a talented sketch artist, remains one of the few visual representations of the man responsible for these heinous crimes. This letter, dated September 25, is one of several attributed to the killer. Its tone is cryptic and menacing, hinting at a more sinister purpose behind the murders. Experts have debated its authenticity for years, but many believe it's a genuine attempt by the killer to taunt the police. Forensic analysis has revealed that the apron bears a unique pattern of bloodstains, suggesting it may have been used to wipe clean a blade or other instrument. This discovery has led some experts to theorize that Jack the Ripper was not just a random killer, but someone with medical knowledge and access to surgical instruments. The Ripper was not just a butcher, Dr. Stewart explains. He was someone who knew about the human body, its anatomy, its physiology. The way he dismembered his victim suggests a level of expertise that's chilling to contemplate. He pauses, choosing his words carefully. This is what makes Jack the Ripper so fascinating, and so terrifying. In the aftermath of Catherine Eddowes' murder, a mysterious message was left on a Golston Street wall. While some have linked it to anti-Semitic sentiment, others see it as a red herring designed by the killer to distract from his true identity. As we continue our investigation, one thing is clear: the truth behind Jack the Ripper's crimes remains shrouded in mystery. For over 130 years, Jack the Ripper's true identity has remained a mystery. Despite numerous investigations, the killer was never caught or identified. The case remains one of the most infamous unsolved crimes in history, leaving behind a trail of blood and questions that continue to haunt us today. The Jack the Ripper case has had a lasting impact on our understanding of crime, psychology, and the darker aspects of human nature. It serves as a grim reminder that some crimes are too heinous to be fully understood, and some secrets will remain forever buried in the fog of history. As we conclude this journey into terror, let us remember the words of Inspector Frederick Aberline: "It is better for humanity to leave such things wrapped in mystery." To this day, the case continues to captivate investigators and amateur sleuths alike. The truth, whatever it may be, remains hidden in the shadows of history.